this coming Sunday at Mustard Seed. We are going to look at a passage for the beginning of Advent. It's a passage in Luke 21, verses 25 to 36. And it's a passage in which Jesus warns us that there will be signs in the sun and the moon and the stars, all these permanent fixtures that we believe to be fixed in their orbits and not changeable. All the things that we think are so stable that we will always have them there, those things are going to start to be shaken. And indeed, some of the chaos elements, like the waves and the sea, are going to start to become more chaotic than we've been used to. And that's going to cause a deal of perplexity. Now, if you're paying attention, you'll know many of those things have started to happen already. And we are in a stage of history where stuff that we thought would never change appears to be changing. And some of the chaos elements that we've known have been lurking are starting to do more than lurk. They're starting to be fully chaotic. And Jesus makes it clear that these are the portents, the signs that the Son is returning, and that the Son, being the King of Kings, Son of Man, God incarnate, one born of a human, so of humanity, and yet from beyond humanity, coming on a cloud. This is a reference to a prophecy in Daniel. So have a look at the book of Daniel, a time when the forces of oppression, oppressive governments and armies were at their zenith, and the people of Israel were hard pressed for a long, long time. And Daniel received a prophecy of one coming on the clouds, one like a son of man. And Jesus is reaching for that prophecy and applying it to himself here, saying, look out for the signs, because that is surely going to happen. And we are to not panic, to not be perplexed, to not be weighed down. I know for some of us during this time of COVID, we've given ourselves to a little bit too much drinking. I know I have. And Jesus says you're going to need to stay awake and alert and not give yourself over to these destructive distractions, because when things start to happen, you want to know that that's what's happening. And for us, we can stand up tall, he says, look up, see what's going on, and don't be influenced or perplexed by it. Know that your salvation is at hand. So it sounds very much like it's going to be a lot of upheaval, disruption, and potentially perplexity, unless you keep your eyes open and alert and understand what's going on. I'll go this way because that's too windy. And welcome these things as a sign that the King is coming. Oppression has never been able to hold on for too long. Interesting to watch some of the more oppressive elements in our current history and see how they go in the next little while. I'm not saying that people don't get harmed. I'm not saying they don't do a lot of damage. But in the end, oppression folds in on itself. It's not a sustainable way of doing life. There is only one truly sustainable way of doing life, and that is the way of love, which is the way of Christ. And in the end, that way will prevail. And Jesus is saying, look out for the signs. It's certainly coming, and we should welcome it. Come and join us on Sunday at Mustard Seed. We'll talk about these things. They'll be good for the soul, be good for you, good for your community, good for us, good for everyone. God bless. Stay safe. Stay faithful. See you soon.